Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you are absolutely welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So today's video is something very useful, especially with the way tomato price keeps going up and down. I'm going to show you how I preserve my fresh tomato to last for me for up to 6 months to 1 year. And guys, this is not just talk. I actually did this method last year when tomatoes were very cheap, and it served me perfectly well. So I was literally using my preserved tomatoes for months without any issues, and guess what, I'm doing it again this year. So if you want to save money and avoid waste and always have tomato available in your kitchen, then make sure you watch this video till the end. So I started by going to the market to get this fresh tomato. I got these 3 baskets, each for 13,000 naira, so everything cost me about 39,000 naira in total, excluding the transport fare. Honestly, it was a good deal then, so I quickly grabbed them. After buying, I took everything straight to the market for grinding. I went ahead to grind everything at the market because honestly that just makes the whole process easier. After grinding, I already had this sack bag, this yellow bag, which I use to drain out the water from the tomatoes. This method is actually much faster when it comes to removing excess water, because the one I did last year, I didn't remove the water and it took me a very long time to dry. So this time around, I decided to do it differently by draining the water first before cooking. And for this 3 baskets of tomato, I also bought 1 pint of shombo and 1 pint of red pepper, which I will be blending together with the tomato to give it that rich color. And so while grinding, I didn't miss everything. I didn't miss the pepper and shombo together. I blended the tomato separately, and then I blended the pepper separately. I'm not adding the pepper immediately. I'll only mix it in after I've removed most of the water from the tomato. And for the pepper too, I'm going to cook it down a bit just to reduce the excess water. This way everything comes out thicker, richer, and preserves much better. So when I was done with the grinding, I went home and transferred the blended tomato into a big bowl so I could start draining out the water. As you can see in the video, I placed it in a bowl and allowed the water to drain out gradually. And if you look closely, the water coming out is very clear and neat. So don't think you're removing the nutrient from the tomato. It's just excess water that we don't need. This step is actually very important because it helps to reduce the cooking time and give you a thicker result. After draining out the water, I then proceeded to cook the tomato, and at this point you will notice that the consistency is already much thicker compared to when it was freshly blended. Next, I moved to preparing my containers. I used my Bama containers. I had already washed them thoroughly. Then I sterilized it by boiling them in a hot water because my pot wasn't big enough. I did it in batches. I boiled about 10 containers first for 30 minutes, brought them down, and then went ahead to boil the remaining one. Once the containers were ready, I started filling them with the cooked tomato mixture, and on top of it I added a little groundnut oil. Now adding oil is optional. It will still preserve very well without it, because the one I did last year, I didn't add any oil and it still came out perfectly fine. But this time I decided to add a little oil just for extra richness. So after adding the oil, I went ahead to seal the containers properly. Then I placed them back into a pot of boiling water for a second round of cooking. I covered them tightly and allowed everything to cook again for about 30 minutes. Please ensure that you cover the mouth very well so that water will not enter it. So this process helps to properly preserve the tomato and prevent spoilage. And just like before, I did this in batches because of the size of my pot. After this step, your preserved tomato are ready and can last for months without going bad. I did this around January and I am still using this tomato, and whenever I'm using it, it's still as fresh as if you're using a fresh tomato. Very fresh. No need to even add, I don't even add pepper and shombo again because the color is very good, the taste is also fantastic, and it brings out everything it needs to bring out in my stew. So you need to try out this. And that is it, guys. So if you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone that needs it, and of course subscribe for more simple and useful home tips like this. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.